Hello, everyone. Welcome back for your daily dose of serotonin. Today, we're going to be airing a new character from, a recent anime. Some of you may already know him, but it's our boy Enjin from Gachiakuta. Just make sure to check the description for any kinds of warnings, and without further ado, enjoy! They call it Brewed Paradise, the arguably best and most tucked away coffee shop on the ground. It's mobile, constantly moving from alley to alley without so much as a warning. Only a select few are given the pleasure of finding it. And this month, Enjin got lucky. That's if one would consider mapping out every possible route in the district and chasing the faint scent of cinnamon through back streets lucky. The community around it is strong. Regulars who refuse to utter a word about its location. Some too stingy to share what they claim was too difficult to find, like it's some keepsake. And others scared of their favorite spot being filled to the brim. After Enjin stepped foot in it for the first time, he understood why. It's not just the dangerously addictive coffee or beef sandwiches that plague his mind during boring missions. It's the community, which only fully clicked when he met the old man behind the counter. Wise, but not overbearing, with a smile that feels like a big, warm hug. A voice so strong it should rattle the windows, but it doesn't. It asks him about his day, not just for small talk, genuinely. It brags non-stop about the amazing staff and the way they run the place like family instead of a business. It's the kind of brag that makes Enjin wonder what the others are like. But all he ever really gets to see are your shadows. The blur of movement behind the frosted divider. The silhouette carrying boxes from one place to another. The faint outline of your profile when the afternoon sun hits just right. Mysterious, but even so, the place still feels tended to. Cared for in small, deliberate ways. Cups always wiped dry, orders remembered, sandwiches assembled like someone thought about them first. It's a place to visit if you want to feel home, which Enjin has been for the past 2 weeks. Except today, there's a problem. It isn't the man at the counter. It's one of the shadows. You. The air flowing by outside is soft, almost fragile. Every hiss of foam milk sounds like a countdown, and the wobbly line flowing to the counter shortens like clockwork. Team Akuta already has their orders. Zanka stirs a two-toned matcha latte, already sipped upon as he waits for the scoop of matcha ice cream to fully melt. Rayo scarfing down a plate full of spicy chicken nuggets. And Enjin? Nothing. Well, for now, anyway. Rudo, meanwhile, stands in line, shoulders slightly hunched, hands clasped behind his back like he's being punished rather than rewarded. Not because he didn't order. He's already demolished an indecent amount of pastries. He's there because Enjin has a crush on the barista, aka you. The deal is simple. Rudo just has to casually mention Enjin, put a good word in return for one donut. You could have picked Rio, Zanka deadpans, not with judgment, but genuine confusion. Me or even yourself and you picked Rudo? Enjin waves a hand dismissively, before sinking further into his seat with unmistakable calm. He's got it. Plus, it's good practice. Enjin knows game. When making a move, you have to send in the cutest and most awkward troop. It'll give him that responsible and approachable kind of vibe, Call it street cred. You're the one who needs practice. Rio's scoff echoes into her coffee cup. You forget how Zanka had to order because you froze like a deer in headlights? She mocks, craning her head back to get the last drops. Whoa now, I just took a second to process. Enjin raises his palms in defense. It's not every day I see a pretty face, he smirks, referring to you. And that's coming from the guy who regulars here. The kind of pretty you are is quietly disarming. How you write down orders like you're cataloging people instead of drinks. Genuinely curious, like you want to remember them. You even remembered all their names. Except for Enjin, because he hasn't ordered a thing. Making him the only one without his name intricately written on a cup. Took ya 8 months to find it, Rio mutters slyly. Regular's a stretch. Enjin scoffs. Remind me who brought you here? Tell me, you would have found this hidden gem without me. Rio doesn't hesitate. I would have tracked it down eventually without you, she says. That sentence holds no petty or comeback intent. In fact, she probably would have found it faster, had Enjin mentioned it. Through their quiet bickering, Zanka's attention never leaves Rudo. Half of him expects the least social person alive to implode. But Rudo's fists are clenched, chin tilted up slightly like he's entering some kind of boss fight. Yo, Rudo's up, Zanka calls out to his comrades. But they don't hear him, and so he just sighs as Rudo reaches the counter. Your hum of contempt echoes through the room. Hey there, Rudo. That tone, soft, recognizable, enough to melt through Enjin and Rio's little squabble. You wanna try another pastry? You ask, soft. Rudo shakes his head. Even after a long day of being on your feet, remembering orders and dealing with difficult customers, your welcoming energy doesn't shift or dim. It flows through every element of this small, tucked-away cafe. Then, with dramatic flair, Rudo twists his entire body and points straight at Enjin like he's presenting a criminal. My friend Enjin wants whatever you think is best. Surprise him. No amount of face palms can explain their bewilderment. Zanka's the first to speak up, deadpan. He blew it. And that is the end of part 1 of this one-shot series. Depending on how this part does, I will be adding more parts to the story, but maximum should be around 3 or 4. And this was supposed to be a Valentine's kind of thing, but yeah, I was running late, so I just decided to make it just a regular one-shot kind of thing. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you all during the next part. Bye!